Hello, and welcome to our show, Conversations with Lady T, where we bring guests on our show to talk about issues and topics that matter. Hello, and welcome to our show, Conversations with Lady T, where we bring guests on our show to talk about issues and topics that matter. Today I have this beautiful sister, Stephanie Burrows. She's an entrepreneur. She's wonderful. She's a great speaker, motivational, just everything wonderful. So we're going to hear her journey, and it's going to be a beautiful story today. So Stephanie, please tell us the story.
Oh, the story? Well, honestly, I'm going to start with today and then take you back for a minute.
Okay.
So today I'm really excited because what I'm doing, and I've been doing all along, but now it's nonstop.
Right.
And this is Stephanie Speaking.
Yes.
Is my company.
Yes.
We're a speaking company, inspirational business development. And I'm also a trainer, author of my book and audio book, Dating Your Business Prospect. And it's pretty cool because
I love the title.
Yeah. Everything is all about relationship building today.
It is.
And I've put on many events, conferences, procurement expos, trainings, and so forth. One of the things that I saw is the matchmakers that I put on, there were some challenges.
Right.
And I wanted to show business owners exactly how to do this right.
Right.
So it's dating your business prospect, but it's also about practical strategies for successful business matchmaking meetings. And people can use this. It's just a guide.
Yeah.
It tells you step by step some things that you need to do, things that we forget about.
Yes.
And 80% of it is all about preparation.
It is.
So my life has been about preparation, preparing to do the things that I need to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me intentional about everything. So I've been purposed to share with people how to go about getting a piece of their money back. That tax that they pay to the federal government, why not get some of that back by contracting with them? I've also been purposed to help people to learn how to live present focused. Right now in the moment.
The moment is important.
Right now, not in the feelings.
Right.
Not in the emotions, but in the moment. Because if you're focused on the moment, then you're focused on what you're doing to serve someone else.
That is so true. So true. Now, on that note, we're going to have a little tea. So today's featured tea, we have a spiced ginger. It's essential green tea. It is dynamically wonderful. So,
yay. Like, it's going to give me more energy
it's
than I already have.
It's going to give you more energy. Yes, it is.
I'm containing myself right now. So what I tell people today when they're looking for what kind of business should I start, I said, well, start with who you are.
Right.
And what are your gifts and your talents.
Right.
And what is the purpose that you were put here for. And when you get that down, then you just look for ways in which to monetize it.
Right.
So I'm speaking. I train. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I have something exciting coming up. And I provide business navigation services for business owners who want to transform their fear, frustration, and confusion into faith, focus, and clarity as I navigate them step by step through how to do business with the government.
Wow. No, that's good because, I mean, you can make so much money. People don't realize how much money you can make with the government. But I know there's a lot of certifications and things like that that you have to do. But once you're in, then you're good.
Yeah, there's the certifications, and that's fine. And there's all the registrations. But it's really understanding the process, and each level of government is different.
Right.
So nothing's the same all the way across. It's not the same in corporate, from corporation to corporation.
Right, that's true.
There's differences. However, I know a lot of people get stuck, and so what we're doing, I'm working with a team down in Maryland. I'm really excited about. And they're pulling together for me a digital university.
Oh, nice.
And it's called the Big Contract Boot Camp.
Okay.
So get ready.
Wonderful,
Get ready. That should be
wonderful.
coming out. It'll be ready, I believe in April we should be ready, because in May, in fact, I'll be filming 24 modules for them, as well as a presentation called the Big Contract Blueprint.
That's nice.
And that presentation is going to be shown at George Frazier's Power Networking Conference 2016.
Oh, congratulations. That's exciting.
Yes.
I love to hear great stories like this.
Me, you know, this is all blessings. I mean, of course, I'm doing the work and making the connections and staying visible and getting out there, which is what every business owner needs to do.
For sure, you can't slack on that.
Getting trained, getting coached, and you know, the coaches need coaches, you know, and I'm a navigator. So as I navigate, which means I literally navigate people through the web and through all of the processes, and I also provide coaching, consulting, and advising in all that wrapped up in the navigation. So I'm really excited about the things that I'm doing today because I get to do it my way.
Your way. That's a real good way to do it. You don't have to be worried about other people and what they, you know.
The pressure that's put on me is I put on you, not others. However, you know, if people wonder, like, what qualifies you to talk about this? Well, listen, baptism by fire. Because back in 1980, I was out there working for a major league construction management engineering firm.
Wow.
And I was just, you know, through the network, I popped into this job to be the assistant to the project manager. Okay. But in less than a year, we were told that we had to monitor for contract compliance and labor, and also for labor force.
Wow.
We had to monitor for the minority business program. This was funded by federal government dollars, and it was through the New Jersey Department of Transportation. It was a massive rail project. This was before New Jersey Transit.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
This was before there were women out there in the field on construction sites. There may have been maybe a handful across the United States, maybe.
Wow.
Whether they were on the sites, I don't know, other than the one female electrician that I knew of that was in New Jersey. So I got it, you know, I was given a, you know, God just blesses me continually. Yeah, there are trials and tribulations, but holding on. I get through them unscathed. And I was told in less than a year, a gentleman came to me, he said, look, I'm the accountant. I don't have time to do this contract compliance stuff. I'm getting you promoted and you're going to do that. And little did he know, he changed the entire trajectory of my life.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
now, was it something that you were open to doing? You were excited about it?
Of course. Okay. Of course. I mean, first of all, I was working on finishing off my college degree. Therefore, I knew that, you know, working as an assistant to someone was not what I was picturing for myself. No. Okay. I was always an entrepreneur. I always had a little business on the side, you know, a little side hustle. And then it would become a full-time in between. And then you get called in by somebody to do something for them. Yes, I said called in.
Right.
See, the power of knowing how to date your business prospect, which means knowing how to network.
Right. Network is the key.
The power in that is what caused me to have every single job and contract with the exception of 2 part-time jobs I got through a paper. Every contract and every job has come through the network.
Nice.
Somebody else's network. And later as I grew my network.
Right.
And then my network's network.
Yeah, that's
and it's continuing to this day.
Yes.
So for those that are saying, oh, I don't want to go to another one of these events. I know. The same people. If people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Exactly. If they don't know you,
how can I get to know you, like you, and trust you if you don't come out and you don't stay visible?
Right, and sometimes it takes years to build that relationship. You know what I mean? But and it depends on what your business is, but really you have to build that relationship. That's the key.
It is so the key. You are so right, Sharon, because it's not a fly-by-night thing.
No.
And just like what I started out doing in 1980, I mean, imagine I'm the daughter of a Marine who raised me like one of the troops. So I'm 5 feet strong, and I believe in grit.
Oh my gosh!
You know, I had to grit my way through living with them until I got out of high school. So I know what it means to have grit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and to be strong and have fortitude and perseverance and you know, and gratitude.
Yes.
And one of the things I talk about, growing grit to grow great, and grit is an acronym, which is well, I'll talk about that a little bit later. I don't want to get into that right now because I'm going to go back because I can get distracted here. So you asked me getting started, the journey. The journey was learning how to deal with adversity, being the only female in an industry that didn't want you there.
No, I know.
Facing significant sexism and racism.
Right. That's a lot.
But it wasn't, there weren't women's organizations like today.
Right.
There weren't people that you could call to talk to. And I'll be honest with you, it never occurred to me that I needed to do that.
Right.
So when I think about what my parents put me through to raising me,
Wow.
old school guys, old school, I realized they were preparing me. I understand now that it was
now you
preparation.
understand, right?
Because I had to have thick skin.
Yes, for sure.
And I had to be tough. And I had to not allow what I was receiving and hearing to impact me in any way or to affect me in any way. And it was all good because...
Girl,
all I can say is the North would come up in me sometimes, and I'd have to be like, okay,
you have to hold.
All right, Father, what should I do?
Composure.
Okay, and he would give me the response, and that's how I got through.
Right. And I
but
can relate.
You couldn't live in there was no being caught up in the feelings and emotions and being upset.
Right.
There was none of that stuff that I see all over the place today, and I don't understand it at all. And that's why I need to talk to women about how to grow grit to grow great, how to be grounded and resilient, and build their inner strength, and then be transformed.
A lot of inner strength,
and then be transformed. So that's my grit acronym.
Okay, nice.
To be grounded, resilient, inner strength, transformed.
Yes.
Oh, what a difference it makes!
It does. It makes a lot of difference. You know.
So there's what I started. And you think that, things did get better. And yes, over time I did gain cooperation.
Right.
And I don't know if it was so much respect, but I'm going to hope that it was. However, I have to say that it didn't end there.
Okay.
Because just when you think, okay, we're moving smooth and things are working. And years later, I went to another organization, the largest bi-state transportation agency in the U.S., right here. And I had to face that all over again, but in a different way. They were a little bit more sophisticated.
Right. Isn't that something?
Back out in the field, dragging me through stuff that, at 5 feet strong, it's like, really? They're stepping across stuff. I got to jump across,
oh my gosh.
Climbing and crazy stuff,
it's crazy.
Finding myself in crazy places that I didn't think about. I just did it.
Right.
Maybe people think too much on stuff. Sometimes it's just about taking action.
Yeah, you got to just do it.
Just get out there and do it. And I just was doing stuff. And then I also had the opportunity, I did a lot of hiring, I did a lot of HR work.
Right.
And had an opportunity to bring in a lot of minorities into places where they really weren't in before that. So between those two things, my life has always been about serving others and helping them to grow and become better, learn more about who they are and what their potential is, and growing into that potential, and encouraging others.
Yeah, encouragement it goes such a long way, because a lot of times we start to doubt ourselves, and I think when we are around other people that see our strengths and they can help us to bring it out, that's really important, and I know that's what you do a lot. So.
And I need encouragement because I realized only just recently that there wasn't that much of that going on. It definitely wasn't going on in my childhood.
Right. Okay.
They were all about look. That's not good enough. Got to do it better.
That's right. Well, you know why they said that.
Couldn't be a B student.
That's
C student was failure, so that was a whooping.
Yeah,
okay?
that was my parents.
You needed to be an A student. All right. And so I was always striving my entire life to be that A student. So it's nice now to have a core group around me that are encouraging.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah.
You have to have your team of people that can help you, because every now and then, we like,
what in the world am I doing?
What am I doing?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Do you really think you can do this?
And I mean, I have friends too that I look at them like they've made it with their business, and I think of them as a true success. And then when I sit down and have a conversation with them, they're like, some days I want to give up. And, but everybody goes through that, no matter what level, right? No matter what level.
Look at the biggest corporations, multinational corporations. Every day there are massive challenges that they're dealing with.
Lots of challenges.
Every day. So what's to make us think minority women, small, veteran business owners, that's my tribe. What's to make you think that you're not going to have challenges? I spoke at Pfizer International.
I saw that. I was like, you go, girl. That's so awesome.
And I got there by way of, and it actually was for the National Sales Network, New Jersey, New York chapter. So such a blessing, such an awesome audience.
Yeah.
Some of the Pfizer employees were there. The doors of Pfizer, the energy in there was so positive. The people were so gracious.
Nice.
All of those that I came into contact with, I had great conversations with some of the staff who stayed for the presentation.
Nice.
It was awesome. And the NSN, New Jersey, New York chapter, whoop, whoop.
Okay.
Got to give it up to them.
Nice.
But I'm also speaking to women in business on thought therapy.
Okay.
Because I found that that's what made the difference from the business owners that I've had the opportunity to serve through speaking engagements, events, and training, and one-on-one counseling.
Okay, so what is that exactly?
Or navigating, not counseling, navigating. And the thought therapy, I began working with some women in 2014 on this, is to really flip the script, change your thoughts, because what you think and what you speak, you reap.
Yes,
you
true.
manifest.
Very true.
And for those that are still stuck and they're not moving forward and they're not having any getting traction or not, and this is for any woman really, but my specialty is minority women, small veteran business owners, so I'm talking to women in business. And I've been doing it for years, but I didn't realize that was what really was the shift that made people say, okay, I'm going to take action. I give you 5 things or 10 things you have to do, and you come back to me and you haven't done them. What's going on? So I began to really hear the words they were using.
It's so true.
And that tells you the thoughts they're thinking.
I know. We were talking on the phone one day, and I said something. You need to correct me. I was like, oh, you're right. It's so easy.
Myself.
Right. It's so easy to forget. You have to watch your words.
But the words are a result of what you're thinking.
That's
Hopefully
true.
we're thinking.
That's true.
I'm a thinker, so it's like nonstop.
True.
And it's thinking for yourself, not thinking what someone else said.
Right.
But what do you say?
Yeah.
What do you think about this or about that? What are your conjectures? What is your opinion? What is your viewpoint?
Right. Yeah.
To come up with new ideas and new ways of doing things and being creative. And it wasn't what anybody else did.
Right.
It wasn't the way everybody else did. And I really didn't care because I was getting results.
Right. Yeah. That's it.
And I wanted to stay current. And that's another thing for business owners, staying current.
Yes. Yeah.
Reading and staying current on what's taking place in the industry, and what's
true.
taking place in government that is going to impact your industry or you as a small business owner.
Right. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for coming on here. I'm excited about your path and your journey and just all the great things that you are doing. You really inspire me. So until next time, bye-bye.
I forgot to give her.